Hello everybody, this is the Furious Beard and welcome to Don't Wack Your Boss with Superpowers. Now, I was searching up indie games on the internet because I do play a lot of them on my downtime. Anywho, I was searching up games and I found this on Newgrounds. And I had seen all the other Don't Wack Your Boss, Ex-Neighbor, Robber series. And, you know, they were fun to quite an extent, but it was pretty much just the same thing. You were murdering people over and over again. And while this is pretty much the same thing, you get to do it with superpowers. I love the idea of superpowers. There's so many superpowers that you could have. Like flying, teleportation, super strength, super speed. I mean, those are just like the basics. There's a list of so many different superpowers that you could have that it's just amazing what they can come up with. Before this, just to make it a little bit more interesting, I will spout random obscure facts about DC, Marvel, and any other superpowers that we find in this game. Let's get started. Really? You gotta be an asshole and just throw all these papers on the floor? You couldn't have just kindly set them on my desk and then started spitting at me while yelling at me? And another thing, go fuck yourself. Mjolnir's hammer! Yes! In fact, did you know that Thor can hit a person with so much force that he literally creates a black hole and sucks the person inside, or what's ever left of him, really, because if you get hit by that hammer, you're gone. It's made from a neutron star, which is heavier than the Earth. Next! Yes! Hulk gloves! Did you know that Hulk has enough strength to lift a 100 billion ton mountain? And on top of that, he can punch an asteroid twice the size of Earth so hard that it shatters into millions of tiny-sized asteroids. The Hulk is incredibly OP. Next. Spider-Man! Oh, that is cool. I love that there's far more action with Spider-Man than there is with some of this stuff here. Also, did you know that Spider-Man at one point was actually considered the 4th strongest Marvel character to exist in the Marvel Universe? That's pretty damn strong. The only people I could imagine exceeding him in strength are Thor, the Hulk, and Thanos is the 3rd one, and then Spider-Man's the 4th. Next. Ooh, yes! The claws! Wolverine. Fuck yeah. Did you know that, Wolverine can actually sense the emotional state of animals that are around him? And they can sense his actions, so they know his intent or what he's gonna do. That's why when you watch a lot of the X-Men TV series and even some of the movies, they'll show him with an animal, and the animal doesn't give two shits if he's there, because to them, Wolverine is just another animal. So they understand him in a way that humans could not. Anywho, next! I like that. They included that little batarang thing down there. Too bad you can't click on it. That would have been cool to see what that would have done. Ooh, yes! Now, I do consider Star Wars to have superheroes. Like, the Jedi are technically superheroes because Magneto is considered a superhero, and the only thing he can do is manipulate metal, on the point to where he can actually lift himself up off the ground because he has metal on his body. You know, Jedi's being able to use the Force to pick up shit, that's relatively the same thing, except more versatile because of the fact that you can pick up anything. You're not specifically secluded to metal. So, in essence, you know, Jedi's, Sith, they're technically superheroes and supervillains. Not only can they do that, but they can also shoot lightning from their hands. They can blow shit up just by using Will of the Force or something like that. So, there's a lot of potential for them to be considered superheroes. And, oddly enough, Luke Skywalker knows a move that is literally called Shatterburst, where he can find your weak spot. Like if you have a wound or something, or if you have a weak spot in your weapon, he can find it and use that to destroy the person or weapon that he's fighting against. Or at least like break it apart so it can't be used. Next! Ooh, what's that?
How dare you!
I'm sorry, but people are gonna probably get angry at me for this. That reference is the first so far that I've seen in this game that I have no clue what the fuck that was. I'm assuming it was the Gravity Falls like flashlight thing that shrinks people, although I don't understand what the pouch was for. Anywho, next! Woo! I think I know what this one is. Oh man. Did you know, and I'm gonna, since that Batarang is there, and there's also the Superman cape, I'm gonna combine a random fact with both of them. Did you know that Superman, with the help of a few other superheroes, forged an armor for Batman in the core of the sun called the Hell Battle Armor? And it was designed for Batman to take extremely powerful supers in situations that would go far beyond his abilities as regular Batman. Because even though we all love Batman, and he's the perfect example of humans can be superheroes without any actual superpowers, he's still a human nonetheless, so he has limits. And Superman created this battle armor for the purpose of Batman being able to battle Darkseid and, like, pretty much godlike beings in the DC universe. Next! Woo! Oh, yes!
How dare you!
Dragon Ball! Did you know that as of Battle of the Gods, there are only 3 beings in existence that can actually match or outmatch Goku's abilities and powers? Beerus, obviously, because we saw him beat Goku in the Battle of the Gods. Superman and Vegeta. Next. Let's see what he does here. Cloning Jutsu! Atake! I don't know if this is a random or obscure fact, but I'm gonna say it anyways because it's a fact nonetheless. And since it's probably not an obscure fact, I'll give 2 facts, just in case. 1, Naruto, unlike normal babies who are only in the womb for about 9 months, Naruto, because he was a Jinchuuriki, it took an extra month for him to be born just to be able to gain the powers necessary to contain and use of the 9-tailed fox. That and the fact that a lot of Naruto's powers that he has gained, a lot of the jutsus that he's able to do, are actually illegal jutsus that he learned from that book that he stole in the first series, like the first episode, but he wasn't able to use them until later because he wasn't skilled enough as a ninja to use them. Next. Now let's see, who else is here that we can click on? Ooh, cube. What is it? Is this a Rubik's Cube or something? No! That's the Allspark! Here's a fun fact about Megatron. Did you know that he was originally a good guy? He was friends with Optimus Prime, and that Megatron is actually far stronger and more capable as a warrior than Optimus Prime, because Optimus Prime used to be a librarian, so he wasn't actually a fighter. The only reason that Optimus Prime was ever able to defeat Megatron is because of the fact that he was trained personally by a Prime, and then later used that knowledge in the war for the world of Cybertron. Even though Cybertron was end up destroyed, Megatron, the reason why he's able to turn into a jet fighter is because of the fact that he's actually made as a combat droid or combat drone. That is why Optimus has to get a special upgrade just to be able to fly, whereas Megatron doesn't, because he was already made to be a combat bot. Next. Little fun fact, that visor, the reason why he has to wear that visor and the glasses that he wears is because they have a special red quartz material that is infused into the lens that blocks his powers. And the reason why he has that problem, the reason why he can't control it, is because of an accident. You see, his parents, while they're in a plane, got hijacked and kidnapped by an alien by the name of Shi'ar. And when the alien did that, the parents of Cyclops and his brother put them in parachutes and tossed them out the side of the plane so that they could survive. Unfortunately, Cyclops, in the process, smacked his head or got into like some sort of accident or something that caused significant damage to the point to where he no longer had control over his laser beam abilities. That's why he has to wear special lenses, which actually, gives a uniqueness to him. He has a weakness, a disability that pretty much makes it to where he can't do a lot of things. And it really builds him as a character because he has to deal with it. Anywho, next. Okay, we'll go with SubZero. SubZero is a badass ninja. It's pretty cool. Ooh, I don't think I clicked on this one. Now, I'm gonna say that is the flute, or like the animal flute that the Pied Piper plays in Legends of Zelda. because you remember in Link to the Past, there was a elf dude that was playing a flute, and it called the animals to them, or to him, and the animals would just sit there and listen to his music, because you would run into him periodically in the game, and then once you get close enough, he would disappear, and then the animals would scatter. So I'm assuming that that's what that is. Alright, well, we finished. So this kid was just animating, killing his boss the entire time. It wasn't actually real. Well, that was Wack Your Boss, superhero style. It's definitely an interesting twist on the concept of whack your anything. I thought it was pretty fun. You know, they could have definitely put in more, and there were a lot of, like, superhero gadgets that were in the room that he could have used. So it could have made the game a little bit longer and given more superpowers to look at. But, anyway, that's all the time I have for this video. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you in the next part. Bye-bye!